Hi, everybody. Welcome back to A Person's Haven. My name is Lindsay. Thank you for tuning in. Today, we are going to get organized. We are going to go through all of my spices and we are going to fill up some of these empty spices. That way, this isn't just taking up space with nothing in it. We're going to get everything wiped down and clean. And then we're going to head into the pantry and get the pantry all pulled out and reorganized. And I'm probably going to grab a notebook and take inventory of what I have. That way I know what I have in there, because my hope is that in January, maybe February, that my husband and I could possibly do a pantry challenge and live off of the food that we already have in our house. So that is going to be what we're working on today. So come along and we'll get started. All right, so the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take all of these out and I'm going to wipe down this metal holder here. I do not wipe this down very often and it is starting to look gross. I got this when I graduated high school for a graduation present from somebody. I'm not sure who. And while I was in college, it just sat and did nothing because I lived in the dorms for a long while. And then when I moved out of the dorms and I lived in an on-campus apartment, my one roommate, who I'm still friends with to this day, she had all of the spices because she had a big rack from the Penzi company. She grew up in Idaho, and from my understanding, Penzi has big outlet stores over there or factory stores. I don't know. Penzi is not a big company around here. So since she had it all, I just didn't use it. So when Carl and I got our first home, we pulled this out. And it's taken us quite a while, honestly, to go through these spices. And some of them I have never touched, honestly. And this thing actually came with a packet that said I had a lifetime refill type thing. But when I searched it, the company that made this, which I don't even know what the company is, they no longer existed. So there goes my lifetime of refilling. That's probably why they went out of business, because they gave lifetime refilling. So this container here is coriander. I honestly have never used coriander in my life. Some of the people I watch on YouTube use coriander a lot. So maybe I'll start looking into using it. Then we have bay leaves. We have crushed mint. And fennel seeds, which is also one I'm not sure I've ever used. All right, we have oregano, which I use a lot. rosemary, which I don't use hardly ever because Carl hates rosemary. We have herbs of Provence. Not sure what that is. The fun part about this spice set is there are spices in here, which I have no clue what they are. So then I have to research them to figure out how to use them. And the last one is chives. And then the rest of these are empty. I do have celery seasoning in this one. The cap broke. So I took a seasoning from an empty spice jar and put it on because these are glass. So I have celery seasoning in there. And the rest of these are empty. So I'm going to see, number one, what can I combine from my spices into more than, if I have multiples. And then number two, what could I move into here to empty out room over there to move some of my stuff. Oregano is one thing that if I had room, I might have room to put this on the very, very top. Oh boy. Okay, that one's topped off. I still have a little oregano left. Let's pull out all my spices and bring them over here. All right, so some of the things that I'm going to leave over here are going to be my big spices, my kitchen bouquet, my specialty oils, and then for now, all my barbecue seasonings we're going to leave over there. So first of all, let's see if I have duplicates that I could combine. I have two pickling spice. One is still sealed. One is not, but I don't know if it'll fit. Oh, let's give it a try. So it almost fit. Let's see. Okay, we have, this is an Italian seasoning. And I don't have any Italian seasoning in there, and this is full to the top, so we're going to leave that. This is ground cayenne. I only have one of those. This is celery seed. I don't think I have celery seed. Celery seasoning. Okay. Cream of tartar. Ground oregano. Ground coriander, which I just bought. Ground cloves. basil. These are spices that I got from that friend in Idaho one year. They have the grinder on them. Actually, I didn't get them from her. I got them from a farmer's market when I was in Idaho. They are Molly's Mills seasonings. So we don't use them very often, but the Italian one we've used the most. All right, we have got dill. Those might go together. Dill weed. All right, so we have a little left of that. So I think what I'm going to do potentially is figure out a way to make ranch seasoning using the rest of that dill. And this is a fry seasoning that we got a while back for a Christmas present. It's Space Aliens. We do use that. We do like it actually. So we're going to keep that. Sesame seeds, ground cumin. Which I don't think we had that. We had cloves. Okay. Apple pie spice. Oh, this sounds good. This is cinnamon sugar. My great grandma used to have cinnamon sugar in a container like this, and we used to just sprinkle it on our butter toast, butter bread. Minced garlic. This is my little bit of oregano left. We'll put all of my little bit of stuff up here. This is dill pickle seasoning, allspice, ground cinnamon, and ground ginger. Okay, so I would like to use these. I just got to figure out what to put in them. And then I could make space over there. So this is sea salt, so I can put that in with my regular salt shaker. This is parsley that I dried. And I think I'm okay putting this parsley in with it. All right, let me get the salt shaker. Let's put this sea salt into here. So it comes out, we're good. Okay, so that leaves us with 5 of these little jars to hold stuff. So I'm trying to think of what could fit in here. And I feel like all these little ones could fit in there. And then these are the spices that I bought for canning this year. So that's crushed red pepper flakes. I got a little of that left, which I need for a recipe for later. So I think I'm going to put these little ones into here. There's 5 little ones. Oh. And then I just got to mark them. All right. So because we're putting spices back in here, I don't want to make the inside of these wet. But I do want to try to wipe it out a bit. There. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 pieces of clear tape over the label, and I'm going to try to hand write the name just right over top of that. It may not work because this is a black lid, so let's see. Nope. I'll show you what it looks like. So let me go see if I can find some painter's tape. Okay, I got the painter's tape. So the first one we are going to put in here is ground oregano. My goal for combining the spices like this and utilizing this is that hopefully I can have more room to put some of my spices that have been sitting next to my stove, and there's less clutter here around my stove. All right, ground oregano. And actually, I might, because this cap has the little holes and this one has the big ones. If this cap fits, I might actually just leave this cap on and save these pieces for later use. All right, here we go, ground oregano. Look at that. All right, let's see if this one fits on here. And it does. All right. So we're going to put this onto here. There we have it. We will save this and recycle this. All right. Let's see. Ground cayenne. Same thing. It's got the little lid. I'm going to save those pieces. Let's wipe this container out. right, ground cayenne. How do I spell cayenne? Cayenne. May not look the prettiest, but it is going to work. All right. This is the container our salt was in. Actually, this one is sealed. I'm not going to open this one. Huh. That's what I'm going to do with that one. Celery seed. So anytime there's a little hold top, I'm going to keep it because mine are all big hold. I'm not going to get rid of these, certainly, but celery seed. Alright, this had that parsley in it. We are going to put the allspice in it, and I think I'm going to screw the top right on that has the label. Let me see if I can do this without the funnel. Certainly thought I could, but it has proven me wrong. Alright, so now that everything smells like Christmas, basically, let's see if this lid goes on. It does. We have allspice. We're going to save this lid up here. And we have one more jar that we can fill. Let's see. I just don't think that all the minced garlic would fit in there. The sesame seeds probably would for sure. Oh, and the minced garlic is sealed yet, so we are going to leave that. We'll throw the sesame seeds in here. Sesame seeds. Okay. Okay, so we have all of the glass jars filled. We have one open spot because one of my glass jars actually broke at some point. So I have just been using one of these, and I can't even remember which one I normally put in there. I don't think it's any of these. It's one I use more regular. Oh, it's usually this oregano that's in there. But this has so much little in it that I don't want to put that in there. So let's put the, let's do the cinnamon sugar. That way it's handy for if we want toast. Maybe. Maybe it won't even fit. It won't. Has to be one of these small ones. Well, let's see. Do the ground cloves fit in there? No. So that means none of these Great Value ones are going to fit. Maybe minced garlic would? Nope. Pickling spice? Nope. Well, looks like this is the only one that's going to fit. So we'll leave him there for now. We will have to figure that out later. Okay, so this is where I keep all my spices because we don't have a whole lot of room for everything. So up here I like to put these square grinder bottles. The tall ones typically have to go on top if they fit, which this one doesn't even fit. So I might test out a theory here. If I put my tall oils and vinegar up there, that'll make room down here for something. We'll put these square bottles up there. I have one more square bottle. And I think that's probably all that's going to fit on that shelf. On our next shelf, we'll put some of these tall seasonings. Okay, I got a few more over there. All right, Italian seasoning we'll put up there. Actually, he might have to go. Oh, he'll fit. And then we can fit a skinny one here. Okay. I wonder if this glass one will fit over there. May not. Seems bigger. Yeah, darn it. We're stuck with this one, whatever's in it. Okay. And then these little ones I like to tuck back behind these big ones because they will fit back there nicely. So let's go through this and see what we have. That mustard seed will fit there. All right, so we have ranch seasoning. We have Applewood barbecue rub, which we will keep. We have seasonings for carne asada, street tacos, hatch chili verde, street corn, and cilantro tequila lime tacos. Carne asada, pig rub, steak and burger seasoning from Famous Dave's, taco seasoning, and Mrs. Dash. So we will keep all of those. And the mustard seed fits well on that shelf, so we will probably tuck it in the back. Everything but the bagel seasoning. Okay, on this bottom shelf we have Texas sugar rub, Greek seasoning, which I think will fit up here. Maple bacon rub, roasted garlic and herb. This is all popcorn seasonings. More popcorn seasonings, hot honey. Okay. I have one popcorn seasoning over here. This stuff I need for a recipe yet tonight, but I want to see if I can get it to fit. Oh, perfect. Okay. That will all fit in there. Let's go back over there and organize that. All right, we are back over here, and my whole goal was to get this area less cluttery. I think we accomplished it a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is clean this area up. All right. I think I might change things up a little bit because what I've been doing is putting my oil and my spray on there and everything else, and I think I'm going to put my seasonings on there first. So let's put the tallest ones in the back. I like these glass ones in the middle, and I actually stack these typically. Occasion two-step over here. And then these can go here. And then we still have our onion powder. Which I should slide these out of the way and clean underneath them. And our parsley. And this is our zucchini powder. And our tomato powder. So I think, because we can easily pull that out and put it back in. Keep those stacked. And then we'll put this here. I'm going to stick this over there. And then all of these I am going to put in my drawer of miscellaneous things. And then these 4 are duplicates, so I'm going to leave those there and use these first rather than these. And let's move on to the pantry.